Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Urban Compass with Linwood Jackson. Again, we have another great show lined up for you. Today we're talking about teamwork, and it's all about boxing, though, the sport of boxing, today's show. And I have some great guests. Sitting right next to me is heavyweight contender, Amir, hardcore Mansour. Let me get it straight or else look, I feel it already.
Yeah, you feel it already.
Amir Hardcore Mansour is on the show with us today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to have him because he's in training camp right now. He got a big fight coming up. He stopped by to say hey to y'all and invite you to the fight. Amir, you just won Philadelphia Fighter of the Year award in the state of Pennsylvania. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's a blessing, to be from South Jersey, Little Penns Grove, New Jersey, and then, Philly has always been the fight capital. If you was from Philly, you was a boxer. You know what I mean? All the good boxers, Philadelphia, and then to be recognized as one of the best guys right now in that city is an honor.
Well, previously you won the Fight of the Year, and you won Knockout of the Year as well.
Yeah.
Right? And
noise.
Oh man, you kill them, you're knocking them out. Your record is 22 wins, 16 KOs with 1 loss and 1 draw. Is that correct?
Yeah.
As it stands now. And you were born and raised in New Jersey. You train out of Philadelphia, and you're living here in Delaware. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you taking care, you covering the whole tri-state area.
For sure.
Oh man, you know what? We love your work and we love what you're doing. Tell us about the fight you have coming up.
Well, it's against Dominic Breazeale. He was an Olympian. He's 17-0, undefeated, tall guy. Comes to fight, brings the noises, just like I do. So it's going to be a very interesting fight. It's going to be an action-packed fight, if he does what he has been doing his last 17 fights.
Okay, you're going to bring it. It's going to be another fight of the year.
God willing.
Now this fight, if you win, it's lining you up for a title fight. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, we already in title contention. We've won so many junior titles. It's nothing to win now but the big one. And we did get a call actually a month ago to fight Wilder, and we accepted the fight. And then, events changed and minds, changed, and so we end up fighting Breazeale.
Okay, so we're gonna get Wilder next, and he is on. Hopefully. You were on the undercard of.
Yeah, I was on when they told us that he chose to fight. Of course, he took the easier route, which is understandable from a business perspective. You got to respect that.
Right.
And so they put me on the undercard, and then shortly afterwards they changed my fight from the undercard on that card to the undercard of Danny Garcia at the Staples Center in Los Angeles.
But the fight you have coming up on the 23rd is at the Barcade?
No, the fight, it was going to be the 16th under the Wilder card and at the Barclays Center, but now they changed it to Staples Center in Los Angeles on the 23rd.
Got you, and Wilder's still.
He's still fighting
on that card.
At the Barclays Center, the 16th, yeah.
Oh, he's at the 16th, so he's not going to be at the Staples Center with you in California.
He might show up.
Okay, but he's not going to be. He might show up and check you out.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna show up and check him out the 16th.
I know that's right, and you do deserve to fight. I don't know. Your time has come. You know that you're one step away, and you took time out of your busy schedule today to join us on the show. I know you're en route to training and training camp. You're training hard. How are you training for this fight?
The same way as usual. I always train and prepare for a war. If it's 12 rounds, I prepare for a 12-round war. If it's 10 rounds, I prepare for a 10-round war. And that's all you could do, man. When that bell rings, you give it all you got.
Now, Amir, throughout life, we as human beings, we face obstacles, ups and downs are just part of living.
Yeah.
And certainly you had your fair share. And, when we get knocked down, the best thing we can do is get back up and keep on marching forward. We don't let our past dictate how we're going to take our future and plans. And I know you speak, to young folks in schools and organizations. What do you tell them about with regards to?
Well, one thing I try and tell the kids, you know, it's hard to talk about my story and with kids because I trample upon that lightly with them because I don't want them to think that, okay, it's okay if I go to prison, I still can make it.
Right.
You know, I don't want them to think that it's okay to make a bunch of mistakes with the thought that, and at the end of the day, I could fix them, you know? And, but the only thing wrong with falling is that you stay down, that you don't get up and brush yourself off, you know? And you know, you just have to persevere, man, and have that tenacity and drive and will to be something or someone. And if you know, like I tell them, if you're going to be a bus driver, be the best one you could be. You know, if you're going to be a judge or an attorney, be the best that you can be. But start now focusing on your future, you know. And even as parents, we have to take our children and little things that they like, we have to hone in on it, man, and introduce them to the bigger picture of it, you know? And I think that we get away from that a lot. We wait for a child to tell us what they want to be or what they want to do, you know, which is fine. But there are so many things that I could have done as a child and wanted to do as a child, but I didn't have a mentor or someone staring me in those directions that I probably could have fell in love with a lot of other things, you know? So I just tell them, man, you know, tap into whatever you enjoy and like and be the best at it.
And focus on the future.
Exactly.
Plan now.
Yes.
And whatever it is that you want to be or do, you can be or do. If you plan it out and work it out, you don't have to let your past dictate your future. You can start right now and plan for your future. Is that what you...
Exactly. I mean, really the world is, you know, as older people, we understand that the world is at the fingertips of a child, man. Like literally a child, if he wants to be an astronaut, he can start now and really become an astronaut. And I want to convince children that reality is true. Whatever you truly desire to be, you can do it. You really can do it.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. And so you do public speaking, you speak in organizations, churches and schools and stuff like that. How often do you go out and speak to them?
As often as I can, you know. Whenever I get a call, man, I try to be there, you know. It doesn't matter the consistency or the lack thereof, man. Whenever I get a call, you know, somebody want me to come talk to the kids, I come, I show up. I don't even keep track, man, you know.
Absolutely. And so if we want to contact you, how do we contact you? You have a website?
Well, I do have a website, but you can contact James Gibbs at Last Round Boxing Foundation, and he'll get right on it.
Right, and we're going to talk to him in a minute. And speaking of James Gibbs, he's part of your team. Tell us about the team. You know, every great player, every great boxer, every great individual has a team behind them.
Okay.
Tell us about some of the team members in your camp.
Well, teamwork make the dream work, man. You know, but it's too early to be crying, man. And if I start talking about this man and his wife, I'm gonna start crying.
Well, I'm gonna have
there,
Gibbs
you know?
on in a minute, but you have your family behind you.
Yeah, I have my family. You know, my family are fans of boxing. You know, but the intricate aspects of training camps and making my dream work, you know, this man and his wife are a vital part of all that.
Who's training you for this fight?
Calvin Davis.
And
Calvin
who's
Davis.
promoting? Gibbs?
No, actually, who's promoting this fight is Al Heyman, PBC Boxing, and in conjunction with Tom Brown. You know.
And I know you're bringing your best.
For sure.
Always your BYB.
Yeah, man.
You gotta get that out there because you know, I know that's what you guys are promoting. Every time you get in the ring, you're bringing your best, and you know, you're doing the tri-state area service, man. We're so happy to have you on. And so, who are some of the people that you're training with in camp? You train out of Philadelphia.
Yes.
And what gym?
At Johan's Gym.
Johan's Gym,
in Philadelphia, yeah.
Home to a lot of great fighters. I know you must be honored to be amongst them. Counted amongst them. I know the Bernard Hopkins is.
Yeah, he trains. He actually he was coming in as I left yesterday, you know, and he trains there. But the best part about my gym is that we have a program, man, for kids.
Okay.
We have a computer room, a big computer room with about 20 computers in there, where a lot of kids come home from school, they go straight to the gym, they go in that room, they do their homework, and then they come out of there and they train and learn how to channel all that extra energy, and you know, if it's anger, they could channel that, you know. So that's a good thing too. I get to see these little kids, man, and a lot of times, you know, over the years I've seen them, you know, grow up literally in that gym, man. So it's a beautiful thing that Johan and them are doing, you know, at that gym.
That is great because, you know, a lot of kids don't have the opportunity to get on computers.
Right.
And we all know you need computers now. The cyber world is the world.
Right.
You spoke earlier about being anything you want to be, doing anything you want to do. They can literally YouTube and find out anything they want to
Exactly.
be. They want to learn how to add math, read, write, and find a mentor, boxing. Just get on YouTube and type in what it is you want to do, and there it is, how to.
Yeah, and you know, not to get off the subject, but I do want to say, anybody out there with kids, put your kid in front of a computer, give them access to that technology, because in the black homes, we only got about 15% computer literate people within the black homes. Only about 15% of our homes have computers. 85% of whites and other ethnic groups have large numbers of access to computers. What this means is that our kids are not going to be able to compete in the future with other kids if they don't have computer access or computer knowledge of computer and able. So I'm very, very adamant about putting our kids, man, in front of these computers and teaching them this technology. Although it's a lot of stuff that they can access, you know, you just have to monitor it, you know, you just have to monitor it. But, you know, I can't stress enough that we have to teach these kids, man, how to work these computers, even these phones, everything, all this technology, because we have to prepare them to be able to compete, man, in the future.
Who were some of your inspirations when you were coming up? Who inspired you to get into boxing?
My greatest inspiration that inspired me to box was my mother.
Wow.
My mother had a reputation growing up of knocking men out, like literally. I swear to you.
Literally.
I mean, I got a story, man, that is just crazy, but I won't. I won't. But I mean, literally, you know, I'll tell you real quick. I ran into an older guy. When he heard my name, he asked me what was my name, last name. I told him. He asked me where I was from. I told him. He said, "Is put in your mom?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, no, she not." I said, "Yes, she is. That's my mom." "No, she not." What's the big deal? He said, "Man, I've been knocked out one time in my life." And it was my mom. He said they was, you know, because my uncles and stuff, you know, they were big inspirations to the box, because my uncles, you know, they used to bring the boxing gloves out, you know, and have everybody boxing. But one of the people they used to have boxing was my mom, and she literally had knockouts under her belt.
I know that's right. Amir Hardcore Mansour, you know, she must have taught you something, because you got what, 16 KOs and more to come. Obviously, she done well by you, man. You learned something, you know what I mean? And I always love my mama, right?
Yeah,
you know the song,
sure.
man. I always love my mama. We sing that tune. I'm going to let you go, champ, because I know you got to get back to camp. We do want to thank you for coming on. You know you got open mic. Anytime you want to share something, just come on. We got the radio show going on. And you talk about teamwork, and I just wanted to say, you got any books coming up?
No, I don't, but I tell you what, I saw that .com, marvishagler.com. I'm going to order that book because I'm a big fan of Hagler, and I love reading little books like that to my kids, man. So
Lost Wings is
got
about
to support that. Yeah.
It's all about teamwork, champ, and it's a children's book. I don't know if you noticed that or not. A quick read, but adults can learn a lot as well about teamwork and all. You know, the champ, Marvin Hagler, greatest middleweight, one of the greatest middleweights of all time.
The greatest.
And you heard it from the jail,
down.
right? I'm not arguing with you. Amir Hardcore Mansour, thanks for coming on the show.
All right,
brother.
thank you.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to speak to the rest of our guests.